Within just 3 days, Huo Yuhao had fulfilled the promise he made to teacher Xuanzhuan. Against all odds, he successfully refined an 8th-level soul tool, a feat that once again shocked the soul tool world and confirmed his terrifying talent. Yet Huo Yuhao did not allow himself even a moment of pride. The moment his task was complete, he immediately joined the others and rushed to the front lines, fully aware that every second wasted could mean countless lives lost. Upon arriving in Tianling City, Huo Yuhao and his group were warmly received by Princess Vina. The city itself appeared orderly on the surface, but beneath that calm exterior lay deep exhaustion and despair. The Heavenly Soul Empire had already lost more than 2/3 of its territory. Its armies were stretched thin, its people displaced, and its future uncertain. Princess Vina, though still young, bore the heavy burden of an empire on the brink of collapse. That very night, under the cover of darkness, Princess Vina requested a private meeting with Huo Yuhao. The atmosphere was solemn, and the flickering candlelight cast long shadows across the room. Vina did not waste time with pleasantries. She spoke frankly of the empire's dire situation, of how the Heavenly Soul Empire no longer possessed the strength to resist the Sun-Moon Empire on its own, and how every remaining stronghold could fall at any moment. Princess Vina understood better than anyone the value of the man standing before her. Huo Yuhao was no ordinary soul master. He was the one who had helped the Star Luo Empire reclaim the Mingdu Mountains, the one who had played a decisive role in defeating the death god Douluo, and the one whose potential frightened even the Holy Spirit cult. To Vina, Huo Yuhao was not merely a powerful ally. He was the last hope for her people. With resolve shining in her eyes, Princess Vina made a bold decision. She offered Huo Yuhao a dukedom, promising him authority, resources, and status within the Heavenly Soul Empire. Then, taking an even greater step, she proposed a marriage between herself and Huo Yuhao, hoping to bind him permanently to the empire's fate. It was not a decision made lightly, but one born of desperation and responsibility. Huo Yuhao listened quietly, his expression calm and composed. When Princess Vina finished speaking, silence filled the room. After a long pause, Huo Yuhao gently but firmly declined her marriage proposal. His words were not cold, nor were they dismissive. He made it clear that his heart already belonged elsewhere, and that he could not accept marriage for political reasons. However, he also solemnly promised that he would do everything in his power to help defend the Heavenly Soul Empire and protect its people. Though disappointed, Princess Vina understood his choice, and gratitude still filled her heart. Not long after, Huo Yuhao set out once again, this time heading toward the vicinity of the Sun-Moon Empire's headquarters to investigate the movements of the Holy Spirit cult. He knew that behind the war between empires lurked an even darker force, manipulating events from the shadows. This investigation was dangerous, but Huo Yuhao did not hesitate. As expected, his actions quickly drew the attention of the Holy Spirit cult. 2 powerful evil soul masters were dispatched to hunt him down, the heavenly Centipede Douluo Nangong Wan and the mysterious Masked Douluo. Both were titled Douluo-level powerhouses, and together they formed a terrifying killing force. Once they locked onto Huo Yuhao's trail, the situation became extremely perilous. What the Holy Spirit cult did not anticipate was that Huo Yuhao was not acting alone. Hidden in the shadows, Super Douluo Elder Song was quietly protecting him, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When Nangong Wan and the Masked Douluo launched their attack, Elder Song revealed himself, and a fierce battle erupted in an instant. The clash between tidal Douluos shook the heavens and earth. Soul powers surged violently, tearing through the air like roaring dragons. Nangong Wan unleashed a devastating attack aimed directly at Huo Yuhao, determined to kill him in one strike. At that critical moment, Huo Yuhao calmly activated Xuanming Displacement, instantly switching positions with the Masked Douluo. The sudden spatial shift caught everyone off guard. Nangong Wan's attack, already unleashed and impossible to retract, struck the Masked Douluo head-on. Even a tidal Douluo could not withstand such a blow without preparation. Under the overwhelming force, the Masked Douluo's body was torn apart, his life extinguished in an instant. In a cruel twist of fate, he died not by the enemy's hand, but by his own ally's attack. With the Masked Douluo dead, the battlefield's balance shifted immediately. Nangong Wan, shocked and enraged, attempted to retreat, but it was already too late. Facing the combined pressure of Super Douluo Elder Song and Huo Yuhao's terrifying spiritual power, now comparable to that of a title Douluo, Nangong Wan was gradually overwhelmed. After a fierce struggle, he was severely injured and finally captured alive. When Huo Yuhao and Elder Song returned to Tianling City with Nangong Wan in chains, the entire city was shaken. Princess Vina, Xiaoyao, and the others were stunned by the sight before them. A living title Douluo-level evil soul master was an invaluable source of intelligence, and Huo Yuhao did not waste this opportunity. Without hesitation, Huo Yuhao joined forces with Xiaoyao and Elder Song to interrogate Nangong Wan. Unlike what they had expected, Nangong Wan did not display the fanatic loyalty typical of Holy Spirit cult members. Faced with the overwhelming killing intent of Xiaoyao and the cold resolve in Huo Yuhao's eyes, his psychological defenses quickly crumbled. Fear of death outweighed his loyalty, and he chose to betray the cult in exchange for his life. Nangong Wan revealed everything he knew. He confessed that Tang Ya was indeed on the front lines and disclosed the exact location of her camp. This revelation alone was enough to ignite hope within Huo Yuhao's heart. In addition, Nangong Wan exposed the internal structure of the Holy Spirit cult. Beyond the notorious 8 elders, there also existed the Hall of Offerings, a powerful faction hidden in the shadows. According to Nangong Wan, only the 8 elders answered directly to the sect leader, Zhongli Wu. The Hall of Offerings, however, was under the command of the Supreme Elder Xishui, who herself was largely controlled by Long Xiaoyao. This meant that the true strength of the Holy Spirit cult was far greater and more complex than Shrek Academy had previously believed. These revelations were of immense strategic value. For the first time, Shrek Academy gained a clearer picture of the Holy Spirit cult's power structure, the number of title Douluos involved, and the hidden dangers lurking behind the war. Armed with this information, they could finally begin to plan countermeasures instead of reacting blindly. As the night deepened, Huo Yuhao stood alone, gazing into the distance. The path ahead was still filled with bloodshed and sacrifice, but now he held a key that could change everything. Tang Ya's location was no longer a mystery, and the veil surrounding the Holy Spirit cult had been partially lifted. The coming rescue would undoubtedly be dangerous, but Huo Yuhao's resolve was unshakable. The storm of fate was gathering once more, and the next battle would determine not only personal destinies, but the future of the entire continent. As the war intensifies and hidden truths begin to surface, Huo Yuhao stands at the crossroads of destiny, carrying both the hope of his companions and the weight of an entire continent. With the secrets of the Holy Spirit cult finally exposed and Tang Ya's whereabouts revealed, an even greater storm is about to break loose. The path ahead will be filled with danger, sacrifice, and choices that could change everything. Will Huo Yuhao succeed in rescuing Tang Ya? And can Shrek Academy truly stand against the full power of the Holy Spirit cult? If you're looking forward to what comes next, don't forget to share your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next episode.